Oh, good morning to you all. Good morning. What a glorious morning. Lots of things to do, but it's still too cold for painting. Paint doesn't really work when it's as chilly as this. It's only a couple of degrees. However, we've got a beautiful day in prospect. But the thing that we're going to do today is we're going to go to Douadic. The number underneath is the sort of French town code, postcode, call it what you will. We're going to a tomato fair where there's a number of people exposing themselves. No, exhibitions and such likes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go down to Douadic. Google Maps tells me it will take 19 minutes to get there. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But there we are. That's what we're up to. Well, to get to Douadic, we've come south of Martizay. This is the road that leads to Le Blanc, or for the English amongst you, Le Blanc. Yeah, it's a glorious day. The car tells me it's only 5 degrees centigrade, so you know we've got the heating on. Shame about this lorry, it's sort of stopping us from seeing as much as we might like. Those of you following on a map, this is the D975, is it? Something like that. A departmental road. Lovely surface though, isn't it? I mention that because friends in England are driving about on roads with potholes, and here I am driving on this beautiful smooth surface. There we are. Perhaps we should get the French to repair roads in Britain. That was a bit controversial really, wasn't it? Ah dear. Lovely, isn't it? Well, this is the little road that leads down to Douadic. Yeah, not quite so smooth and a lot narrower. But lovely nonetheless. Sometimes when I watch back my video, I wonder what the noises are. And there's a sort of funny noise that my jacket makes rubbing against my seatbelt. Partridge. Well, I've arrived. I think I've arrived anyway. The car is now safely parked and things all look like they're going on over there, really, don't they? Well, people are still setting up, so I'm going to do the civilised thing and just have a cup of coffee I'm sat at a table where if I go like that you won't be able to see very much because of where the sun is. But there we are. That's the way to start the day. We'll sit and watch the world go by for a while. Well, this is the little square in front of the town hall. I like the way they tell you what buildings are. The town hall and the girls' school. And yeah, it's that time of year when people should be sorting out plants for their gardens. So the large purpose of this fair is selling plants. Racks and racks and racks of tomatoes and all sorts of vegetables. I'm not really in a position to worry too much about that just at the moment. We'll have a little walk around and see what else there is to see. Well, there's enough edges there to fill the average garden, isn't there? And if you've got a bigger than average garden, well, lawnmowers. I've got one, don't need one. I don't need a water pump either, but I wonder when that was last used. There's an interesting little church. We'll go and see if the door is open. Very often during these events they do close the door. Sadly. Unfortunately, no, the church isn't open. That's a shame. But it does tell us, and I actually knew this, I'd seen this on a map somewhere, this is a church dedicated to St Ambrose.
Horticulteur, maraîcher, route de l'apéro, il y a atelier des bois, bien entendu présent sur la foire.
Later in the day there will be hot food served. I was just looking at this chap, he seems to have his work cut out. Onions, well yes, you can't cook without onions. Yeah, anyone fancy a ride? I always like looking at these roundabouts. Sometimes the individual cars are quite interesting. I think they're just all fairly modern fiberglass ones though, aren't they? There we are. Well, I'm a little embarrassed about this. It's the first time in my life that I bought tomato plants. I always buy seed and grow my own, but I don't have a great deal of time for all of the things that I want to do, and to be honest, these were so cheap that it was silly not to. And also a pot of rosemary. Yeah, that will be good. So the job now, I guess, is to go back chez moi, go back home and get some planting done. One of the things that fascinates me here is the way that this rural countryside, you know, it's dotted with little farm buildings, little farmhouses, barns. quite lovely just to be here. Now, some of the buildings might need a little bit of work doing, but hey, that's okay, isn't it?